Now then, my friends, I am in London and I am at the Expo Arena, and I'm here for what used to be called, I believe, the Fully Charged show, and I think it's called Everything Electric now. And I'm actually walking into the Lion's Den because viewers of my channel will know that I am renowned for slating electric cars and the future of electric cars. And also, I've actually had a telling off on the radio from the man himself. That's right, Quentin Wilson. He might be there, and also his sidekick, and I can't remember the guy's name, his sidekick, but he used to be in Red Dwarf, and I know that he will be here. I'm going to try and track them down. Now, I've called evangelists doggers, I've called them swingers, I've even said that their living rooms smell of gone-off urine. I've said everything about them, so it's going to be an interesting one. I'm a little bit nervous, if I have to say. There's cars there we're going to take a look around. We're going to take a look at hopefully the new Renault 5 Electric as well, and hopefully bump into a few evangelists and tease them a little bit, just prod them a little bit. That's right. If you're new to the channel, do me a favour, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Now, dare I say it, without further ado, my friends, let's go.
They're not wearing out roads, they're not causing multi-storey bridges and things to collapse, and the running costs are much, much lower than fuel. So just remember that these stories you read, which I think are putting people off buying electric cars, are broadly speaking nonsense.
Some of them, though, of course, are written by people that have had electric cars. And in fact, there are some prominent people that sometimes take to various YouTube channels whose sole premise for having a YouTube channel seems to be, I bought an electric car and it was the worst decision I've ever made. Please don't make the same mistake as me. Why would they be doing that if they're so good?
There's one particular one who I won't name and give him the oxygen, who bought a Porsche Taycan at a high price, and it's depreciated. But then, lots of big, expensive cars depreciate. If you really want to know the unvarnished truth about running an electric car, talk to someone who's owned one for a substantial period of time, and not these clickbaity stories and, what's the word I'm looking for, nut jobs on YouTube.
Right, now then, I have bumped in to a very good friend of mine who's been on the channel before, David Joyce.
Hi Lee.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm amazed to see you here, to be honest. This is really Daniel going into the Lion's Den. I've got to be honest, mate, I'm going to award you the the E-Victoria Cross, because this is just so dangerous.
It is a little bit, especially if we've got all the evangelists in there. Now, are you a fan of electric cars?
Well, yeah, I totally believe in the future, and EV will certainly be part of that. I am a petrol head, as you already know. Do you know what? Let's go in and have a look. Just one thing before we do go in.
Yeah.
If you don't make it out, it's possible. Can I have your watch?
You can have my Taycan.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, that's good. Let's go.
Come on, onwards. Right. One question here is, if they're serving sandwiches here, because it's an electric car kind of show, amongst other things, are they going to have to cut the crusts off of it? Because we all know evangelists cut the crusts off of their sandwiches.
I have to start doing that, Lee.
Have you not done that?
Never done that at all. Is that just another one of these EV myths? But
No.
of course, the crusts catch fire a lot easier than the main bit.
That's the point. Actually, do you know what? Are they insured here for fire? Because, I mean, a lot of batteries in here.
Let's go and ask them.
Come on, onwards. Right, David, don't leave me. I need you by my side here, all right? You're my bodyguard.
I've nothing to do with you. I've never seen you before in my life. I've no idea who you are. YouTube? What's that?
The MacMaster from YouTube, the guy who goes around in an electric car, slating it.
I've never heard of him.
You've never...
And I only just bumped into you today, and I want nothing to do with you.
I feel like, I feel a bit hot under the collar. Let's get in there and let's go face the enemy. Right, so we've got Robert Llewellyn, and I'm pretty sure he will be aware of who I am. Let's take a closer look at him. He's the guy who I believe used to be on Red Dwarf, but he's obsessed with electric cars. Maybe I should say hi to him.
Something for the future.
I think we need to make some evaluation because, as far as I know, so there's a.
So it's called an electric fireside chat. That's very apt, really, isn't it? You think they'd call it something else, don't you?
Well, maybe there aren't as many EV fires as some of you might believe.
Oh, it's always a diesel.
Absolutely.
Always a diesel.
Yeah, hybrid.
Hybrid. Right, joking aside, I've said before, electric cars have their place as a small car, a town car. And I think Renault have got it absolutely bang on with this Renault 5. The design of it is iconic. It doesn't look like it's been designed by a computer or a box. They all look boxified. Ford need to take a leaf out of Renault's book here, because when they released the Capri, the Electric Capri, that was garbage. This is gorgeous, and it's perfect. A small electric car for roundabout town. Just have a look at it. I actually like this as a design statement. This actually tells you how charged the car is. So this lights up, and if it's full, obviously the 5 will be full there, and it goes down in bars. So that is a brilliant idea. I love it. It serves a purpose, and it's not sort of style above. What's the word I'm looking for? David's behind the camera there. Substance above style, is it? Or style above? It's great. It's a fantastic idea. Tell me in the comment section what I mean. But I think that's a great idea.
Hey Lee, I've just caught you on the Renault stand,
Yeah.
and you're admiring the new Renault 5. Why?
Because I just said, I think, and I've never said electric cars are rubbish. I've said they have their place. I've said it's all about choice. And I think Renault have absolutely got this bang on. Design-wise, it's perfect. Let's be honest, look at the Ford Capri, right? The electric one. I'm going to say, you can have a different opinion. You can laugh, because it's terrible, isn't it?
Well, it's a take on history, and probably like you, I would always prefer the 2.8 buttons. But things move on. You know what? I can sense a little bit of a sense of arousal that you've got over this new Renault.
I love this new Renault 5. That doesn't mean that I think electric cars are the future. I think they have their place. They've positioned this in a market that is around town. You run to the shops, you run a few miles down the road. It's great looking. The designers are not trained by Stevie Wonder.
Goes like stink.
Goes like stink. It's a fantastic car. And believe it or not, I'd have it in yellow. They've kept that iconic shape. It is gorgeous.
It's drop dead gorgeous.
It's brilliant. I'm going to have a look inside it.
That's a bit much in anyone's book. I think anyone can understand.
Well, apart from the fact that it says electric engine failure on there, I don't know what that is, probably because they've not hooked it up. The inside of it, really nice and quite spacious. I'm 6'4.5", and I fit in there quite well, actually. Rear space, let's have a look. People are getting in it now. Right, I've bumped into my first evangelist.
Yeah.
Now, you are a fully fledged evangelist.
I am also a petrol head as well. I own some classics as well.
Right.
So I own some Peugeot 205 GTIs, Micras. I've got a Series 1 Lotus Elise.
Yeah.
But I love electric vehicles.
You love electric
Yeah,
vehicles?
the reason being they're fast, the performance, they hardly need any maintenance. They work well.
Help me. This is my friend David.
Hello there,
The
David.
evangelist has bumped into me here. He watches the channel. but he's subscribed.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
Why? If you're an evangelist, can I ask, why do you watch?
You're entertaining. That's the main thing. And a lot of the time I disagree with you.
Yeah.
But again, I see the other side as well. So the first time I drove a Tesla, the launch was just superb. If I looked at a nice vehicle with a similar sort of performance, the amount of money I'd have to spend on it, the amount of maintenance it was required, the fuel, etc., I was just charging these overnight, and it cost me next to nothing.
Can I ask?
Yes.
First of all,
Yep.
do you cut your crusts off of your sandwiches?
No.
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 I won't ask you the other two ones.
No, I'm not either. No. All of your suppositions? No. Yes. It's,
Not a swinger, not into dog.
No,
any of that.
No.
Now, a serious question. Do you think electric cars are the future?
yes, they are, but not for everybody. So,
That's a good answer. You're
yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah, exactly.
I'll actually take him to task at times because electric cars, the present,
Yep,
and the future may be different.
yep,
You know, the present is now.
Yep.
Look around you.
yep,
There's lots of gorgeous things here.
Yep.
You're quite right, and he knows my opinion that it isn't for everyone.
yep.
In fairness, a lot of people very early on were early adopters, and they perhaps weren't informed right.
Yep.
They weren't informed about range, and a lot were not even informed of how to operate an EV.
Indeed.
I'm
Yep,
trying to educate him
yep, yep,
bit by bit by bit.
yeah,
I'm getting there.
yeah.
Do you think I'm safe here today?
Well, you offer a different view of the world, don't you? So you'll be fine. And I think most of the people here are quite reasonable as
Do you know
well.
what? I've met lots of evangelists, and to
Yeah.
be honest, I'm going to say they've all been really nice to me, which is unusual.
Yeah, well, I'd hope that all of them got open minds and they've made decisions based on what fits them. So
I wonder
not
whether-
following the crowd with all of these anti-EV things. And I admit it is not right for everybody. But I've travelled all around Ireland in a Polestar.
In a
Kia,
Polestar?
Yeah, in a Kia Niro. A friend who's been all over Europe skiing, etc. in his EVs. Not a problem whatsoever.
Have you driven the Taycan?
No.
You
Do you
haven't?
want me to?
You
Will you let me borrow it? Yes, the reason I'm here is I'm looking for a car to use in the only British round of the F1 Rally Championship.
Right.
So it's the Eco Rally Championship in July. So
Taycan
I
would
know
be
the
ideal.
car I want. It's a bit big.
bit big?
Because it's all on public highways.
Yeah.
Maximum average speed of 30 miles an hour.
This one here, Renault 5? Love
And
it,
the
actually.
Alpine, even A290, even better. I saw one down at Goodwood at the members' meeting on Saturday. A beautiful car.
We're hoping
Really.
to have a look at that while we're. What
Yeah.
about anything that begins with H?
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Ioniq 5N. That's a bit big. Then what else? I just trimmed the Emoda.
The Emoda?
And I've never heard of the Emoda before. But it went quite well.
Might
Quite
have,
impressed.
to, might have to see whether we can get any test drives.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think Robert Llewellyn over there and also Quentin Wilson will be as approachable as you? Because I know Quentin Wilson called me the nut job from YouTube.
I'm sure in person he may change his persona. we'll see.
And I did say, I said he was on Top Gear before it got good.
Indeed. Indeed. You're quite right. Quite right.
Right, anyway.
Yes. But there's one thing I have to ask you. You went to Windsor.
Yeah.
The fish and chips.
Yeah.
Why didn't you go to some proper restaurants? Heston Blumenthal's, Tom Kerridge's, they're just up the road.
I know, but I'm a cheapskate.
Well, you can go and look. Just go and look in the window.
He actually couldn't afford it because he just topped up his Taycan.
Oh, okay.
On a public charger.
Yeah. But again, the Fat Duck isn't that impressive. Best restaurant in the world, 2005.
Well,
I went there for my 60th birthday.
I shall have to
Right.
give it a go. My arm's aching now.
Go on,
so-
right. I've spoken too much.
And
Yeah.
anyway, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as
and,
well.
come
Yeah.
on, onwards, my friends. Right, this one is for Morag, because I know you'll be watching Morag. This is the MG stand, and I know you love your MGs. So we've got the MG, sort of like PHEV here. We've got the sports car there as well, which does look rather nice, I have to say. I'm not siding for electric cars. I've always said it's all about choice. And 2035 for me, where the mandate comes in, I believe should be scrapped. I don't believe electric cars should be scrapped. I believe they have their place. Jotting around town, etc., absolutely perfect. But they need to live in harmony with petrol engine cars as well. Here's another one for Morag right here. Right, okay, here we go, Morag. I'm sat inside the MG with the gull wing doors, etc. You've got your screens here, 3 different screens. I have to say, and again, I'm not siding for electric cars or the Evangelists, but this is a nice car. It's a nicely designed car. MGs, I normally don't like the shape of them. This one obviously is on its own. It's a sports type car, but yeah, this is a nice car. You've got your driving modes there. Trying to find out where you change the actual seat of it. It's probably electronic, I guess. But nice. I'm 6'4", plenty of space. This would be a fun car for driving around town and having a little driving through the countryside and having a little jaunt around. The only thing that you'd be missing is the sound of that engine. But then again, as I say, as an electric car, design-wise, this is nice. All right, I'm not sure about the indicators at the back, the arrows.
Well, the arrows point to the future, Lee.
Do they?
No, okay, admit it.
It's not the best.
I think it's awful.
Just put some normal indicators on. Other than that, nice design.
Yeah, it's a pretty good.
Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look around. So far, right, first Evangelist, one down, very nice.
We're doing well.
We're doing all.
Maybe you're going to get out of this alive.
Hopefully. I want to go to the pub after. So behind me here, you've got the ultimate car for Evangelists called Goblin. Make of it what you will. It's a family channel. So these are actually electric bikes and they look like motorbikes, but they are. They're a little bit styled, I think, on Super 73, which is what I have, the Super 73, but they are really cool, and you've got the pedals as well. So they look like motorbikes, but they're not, they're pedal bikes. Right, okay, so I'm going to leave it there today because we're almost at 20 minutes, but don't miss tomorrow. I've got loads more clips left and we look around the show, and I also bump into some more Evangelists. And the question is, the big question is, are the Evangelists that I bump into as approachable as the gentleman that I met earlier on in this episode? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Lots more interesting cars to have a look around at. Some nice ones and some, I'm going to say, not so nice ones. So don't miss that one. That's going to be out tomorrow. I'm going to edit it for you now. If you did enjoy the video, by the way, do give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for us. I didn't want to put them all together, otherwise you'd have to sit there for an hour looking around a show. And I also bumped into the ultimate evangelist who's turned Quentin Wilson, the man himself. So don't miss out on that one tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for my colleague there and my good friend David Joyce helping me out along the way, along the day there as well. And he's not an evangelist. He also has petrol cars and he's a professional driver, so there's more from David tomorrow as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Bye bye.